All right, everyone. This is Miss Ava. Today is Tuesday, October the 13th, 2020. It is 10:06 a.m. And this is the revised annotation video, instructional video. So before I begin, here's your moment of motivation because some of y'all don't forget who you are. Hey, Black Child by County Cullen. Hey, Black Child, do you know who you are, who you really are? Do you know you can be what you want to be if you try to be what you can be? Hey, Black Child, do you know where you are going, where you're really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn if you try to learn what you can learn? Hey, Black Child, do you know you are strong? I mean, really strong. Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, Black Child, be what you can be. Learn what you must learn. Do what you can do. And tomorrow your nation will be what you want it to be. So I'm going to reteach this. First of all, you have a quiz this week. If you watched the original video, I told you that you could use the notes for the week of Monday, September 28th, 2020. And I even attached those notes to the quiz. So if you look on Teams, you see the quiz and you see these notes. And you see the video of me explaining the quiz. So I'm not understanding I'm not understanding the ones that I've checked so far. Here are the answers right here. This is what a baseline assessment is. Now, most of you got that because you probably went on Google and just copied and pasted. That's fine. But the answers are right here in the team's assignment. The document is right here. If you click on the document, you will see what I'm showing you right now. Then when I asked you, and you didn't read the directions clearly said, read each question or statement carefully. Use class notes for the week of Monday, September 28th, 2020 to help you answer each question. Some questions will have more than one correct answer. I know that you did not read it because when I asked you for an example of baseline assessment, the example is right here. All you had to do was pick one. Pick one. I gave you 2 examples. So I know you didn't read the directions because you would have clicked on the document that says class notes for the week of Monday, September 28, 2020. So here's the definition for baseline assessment. Here's the examples. I gave you 2 examples because you did 2 baseline assessments, I think the 3rd week of school. Here's the definition for annotation. I didn't ask about textual evidence. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, I did, but I'm not going to go into that. I asked you what an informational text was. Here's the definition right here. That's number 4 on the quiz. Okay, so I'm not understanding why you couldn't at least get those questions right when the answers are right here under class notes. They're right here underneath class notes. So this is an indication that you're not reading. You're trying to hurry up and get through the assignments, and you half stepping. I have given you the resources you need to be successful in this class, and you're not taking advantage of it. Like, my name is Deandra Averhart. It's not Uno. I don't play games. I'm here to give you the resources for you to succeed. Use them. Stop trying to hurry up and get through something. So I wanted to say that about the quiz. Now let's get to the annotation. Most of you are doing example 2 because example 2 is easy. All you have to do is just summarize example 2. No problem. Good job. Thank you. You're doing example 2. But you're not doing example 1 either because you don't understand what you're doing and you're not asking questions, or you're not watching the video in full. People. I only record, that video is about 35 minutes long. Some of your teachers are requiring you to listen to them every single day for 30 minutes. I'm only requiring you to listen to me unless I have to reteach it to listen to me one time out the week for 30, 35 minutes. You mean to tell me you can't take 30 to 35 minutes out your day to listen to the video and rewatch the parts that you have questions on or that you can't seem to understand. I find that very hard to believe. Because unless you out here trying to keep a roof over your head, clothes on your back, unless you out here running a multi-billion-dollar empire, you got 30 minutes out your day to listen to my voice and listen to the instructional videos. Because I'm not asking a lot out of you. Because I could come on here every single day and have you sit here for 30 minutes and teach every single day. But instead, I give you an instructional video where if you get it the first time, you only have to listen to me one time for 30 minutes. Now, if you need to watch it again, then you watch it again. But some of you are not even watching the video. I can tell by the assignments that you're submitting, because you're just trying to rush and get through with it. You're not reading. Reading is going to be some of you all's downfall in your life. You're going to miss out on money. You're going to miss out on opportunities. You're going to miss out on relationships because you don't want to read. It's not going to hurt you to read. In direct contrast, it's probably going to hurt you not to read. It may even, in some extreme examples, cost you your life. Take the time, slow down, and read. And listen to the video. Because I don't do this for my health. I don't do it. I don't do this for my health. I do it because I really care about you and I want you to get the concept. But if you're going to rush through it, then take your rush through grade. Because I'm not here to play with you. So I'm going to do this one more time. Here are the symbols, annotation symbols. Remember, annotation is to just make comments, to mark up a text. That's all annotation is. You're just marking up a text, having a conversation with a text, taking notes on a text. That's all you're doing with annotation. It's that simple. And if we were in the classroom, you would have to have annotated the entire text, which is like, I think this one is like 6 paragraphs, 7 paragraphs. Online, I'm only asking you to do 2 paragraphs. That's it. So here are the symbols. If you use the underline symbol, that means that it's a new vocabulary word that you haven't been exposed to, and you underline that word. If I see the question mark, that means that you have a question about what you read. If I see the exclamation point, it means that you just read something that relates to your everyday life. And if I see the @ symbol, it means that you're telling me that what you just read, this detail is important and you're telling me why. So, for example, number 1, I'm only asking you to do 2 of the 4 symbols. That's it. I'm not even asking you to do all of the symbols. If we were in class, you would have to do all of the symbols. I'm only asking you to pick 2 of the 4. But for example's sake, I'm going to use all 4 symbols just in case you just don't understand what a certain symbol means. I'm going to do all 4 symbols. And this is what I expect your example to look like. First of all, read it. Read it. And if you have trouble reading on Teams, it's an icon. It looks like a speaker. You can click on it. It's called Immersive Reader. It will read it to you. All right. In April of that year, from behind the bars of a jail cell in Birmingham, Alabama, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote a message that would inspire countless others. King had been arrested for breaking a law banning public protest. His message, the famous letter from Birmingham jail, defends nonviolent resistance to injustice. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, King wrote. He added, whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Okay. So even though I'm only asking you to do 2 of the 4 symbols, I'm going to use all 4 symbols so that you can see an example for each one. This is what I expect your example number 1 to look like. So the first symbol is the underline. That means it's a vocabulary word that I'm not familiar with. So let's say injustice. This is the vocabulary word that I'm not familiar with, I'm going to underline that. And then underneath the paragraph, I'm going to put injustice. And I'm going to give the definition. Because if it's a word that I don't know the meaning of, then I need to stop reading and go and find the definition of the word. This is me annotating. I'm taking notes on the text, or I'm taking notes on the text. So injustice. I'm using my phone. It tells me, I Googled it, lack of fairness. Okay. So now I know what injustice means. Next. So I use this first symbol, the underline. The next one is the question mark. Let me go back. What do I have a question about? Okay. Let's use this. This sentence right here, I have a question mark about it. I'm going to highlight it. At the end of that sentence, I'm going to put the question mark. Let me undo that. Okay, so I highlighted it, and then I'm going to put the question mark. So when Miss Averhart looks at this, she knows that for this particular sentence, I'm going to ask a question. Down here, here's my question. Okay, done with that one. Exclamation point. Exclamation point is what? Go back up. Exclamation point means that I have read something that relates to my life. Okay. So, this right here relates to my life. He added, so I'm going to highlight this. I highlight it. At the end of it, I put the exclamation point. Down here, I say, this Okay, so that one sentence, when Dr. King says, whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Well, this related to my life because I remember the time when I first moved to my home, my neighbor had dogs. Since he didn't care for his dogs properly, it affected me from having repairs done to my home because the repair people were afraid of being bitten by my neighbor's dog. So that's how I related to that. I lived that. I know what Dr. King meant when he said that whatever affects one person directly, it affects all of us indirectly. So because my neighbor did not want to take care of his dogs properly, it affected not only me, but it affected the repair people, because now they have to reschedule. They have to reschedule and come back out to my house, and and they may have pushed other appointments behind. So I could relate to this, and so I typed down here how I could relate to that. So that's symbol number 3. The last one is the at symbol. The at symbol says, hey, this detail is important. So let me pick a sentence out where I think that this detail is important. The first sentence. In my opinion, I think that the first sentence is important. So in April of that year, so I'm going to highlight it. At the end of that sentence, I'm going to put the at symbol, because that sentence I think is important. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to say why I think that detail is important. Okay, that's it. There's no right or wrong answer. Annotation is just simply you having a conversation with the text. You making notes about the text. That's all it is. These are all mine, except for injustice. All the other symbols are just my opinion. It's just what my thought process is or was as I was reading the text. That's all it is. So this is what I expect your assignment to look like. Do not half step with me. Don't rush through an assignment because, you just want to hurry up and get it done. If you didn't learn from last week, when most of you all didn't get the central idea correct, I reassigned it for the next week, because I'm not letting you off the hook that easily. Some other teachers may only give you the assignment one time and that's it. I'm not one of those teachers. You're going to get it right. You're not going to half step with me. You're not just going to throw something together and then think you're done with it. Because I'm going to throw it right back at you and tell you, no, this is not your best work. You can do better than this. Because I'm not contributing to another generation that's just going to just do things. But you want to do things, but you expect full compensation. No, that's not going to work here. If you want to do something, then your grade is going to reflect that you did it. Don't play with me. We black people. We powerful. We magic. We don't do nothing. And I'm not going to allow you to do anything. I just showed you how to do each symbol. And I gave you an example of what it should look like underneath the paragraph. This is how you annotate. And I'm just asking you to pick 2. And I did all 4. So come better, come harder. Bring your A game. Because perfect example. Do you think LeBron would have won another championship if he had a half step and just, I'm just gonna come out here and just do a little bit tonight on the court. Just do a little bit. I ain't gonna play my full. I'm not gonna play, utilize my full potential. I'm just gonna do a little bit. No, he's a GOAT. He's a GOAT because he comes hard in the paint. He brings his best every single game. So don't play with me. Because like I said, my name is not Uno. It is Deandra Averhart. And you're going to come harder. Or you're going to get the grade that you earn and deserve. So here's the revised annotation video. I expect you I expect you to do it the way I just did it. This is not the paragraph that you will see. I just picked another paragraph out the text to give you an example, but don't play. Because I'm not here to play when it comes to education. That I don't do. I don't do that. So let's try this again, people. When I get back on the computer tomorrow and I go under assignments, when I see people turn in the annotation assignment, this is what I expect to see. Because this is the second time I've taught it. Don't play. Don't play.